What is going on, everybody? We are back with the Pound / Marvel Media Podcast.
I'm Pound.
And I'm Slash, and half his head is gone.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
Gotta lean this way. There you go.
Look, I can just. Hi.
No,
hey.
But no, so we're sitting in this format today because I
awesome.
was honestly not in the mood to move a bunch of stuff around to fit behind us where we normally are at.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Daredevil Born Again Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4. Episode 3 is called The Hollow of His Hand. Episode 4 is called Sic Semper Systema.
Ooh, that's a tongue twister.
And, so per the norm, as we were talking before, we're currently not going to be going over news.
Yeah, no.
Because there's just not much to really report on A and B.
Besides, like, they're trying to do a female villain for a new Spider-Man movie. And, that's pretty much it.
It's going to be White Tiger.
That would be perfect. I'll take that.
We'll get to that here shortly, though. So,
yeah, speaking of White Tiger.
Please remember, anytime we come to our review channel, there are spoilers. We expect that you have already watched the episodes that we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And
that one, because 3 was last week anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody, at least hopefully the world's seen it. And the 4 just came out this week, so. Yeah.
And I got things up on screen over here. You can't see it. It's right here. I've got 3 monitors across the way. He doesn't have anything on his, but that's what he's staring at, so he's not looking at himself. No.
Like that.
So if you see me constantly look this way, it's because I'm looking at stuff on the screen. So, Season 1, Episode 3 is called The Hollow of His Hand. And so much of this episode revolves around the trial of Hector Ayala.
I get the title, too. And that makes me really, really fucking just want to stab somebody. I get the title. I get the title, y'all. The
Right.
Hollow of His Hand. I get the fucking... Thank you, Disney Plus. You could have made it more... No. It's like, yeah, okay. Keep going. Sorry.
No, you're good. So
this pissed me off. I get it now.
they go through the trial, and they have to call up their witness, who
That they say from the...
is the guy that was being beat up by the cops in the first episode. And he's worried he's not going to get to the court safely. And they obviously hint at the cops doing anything that they can to kill this guy.
Right.
So they
What's up?
they pull one of the coolest, but they don't show how they did it.
Yeah. We kind of knew.
We knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, here we go.
So they do a switcheroo, and so the cop that found out about Matt's secret identity in the beginning of the series,
Yeah.
who's actually working with Matt, and as Matt is a lawyer.
Right.
He's doing his lawyering thing. And
Because the cops, like the bad cops, try to stop the minivan, and he's like,
so they try to.
Come on.
So he leaves off, and they make you think that he's got Victor in the back or Hector in the back of his van, and he's chased down by a group of people that are honestly trying to kidnap
And possibly kill
Hector.
him. Yeah.
And he stops. He gets stopped, and when they look in the back, he's not there.
And I say, yeah.
At which point, you see him show up in a cab.
A regular taxi cab.
Yeah.
Right up in the front.
You see him show up in a cab at the court hearing. And you find out, as he's going through and he's giving his testimony, he's like, hey, yeah, so we... He's like... Matt's asking him questions, and he's admitting to, like, yes, I found myself in some hard times.
Right, because he had a kid and all that.
And in order to avoid jail time, I agreed to...
help become, like, this informant.
Become a police informant.
Right, police informant.
And
we was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Like, it's...
and we were like, oh, okay.
There we go.
And then he starts to lead him into, okay, so were you at this place being harassed by these officers?
And we was like, okay.
And he flipped the script and
that
was like...
That I didn't like that.
And was like, no, it wasn't. I wasn't there.
It wasn't... He said he wasn't there.
And we got super annoyed at it.
Yeah, that was weird. It's like, then what's the... What? And then you said, no, I hope you do.
And I was like, yeah, now I hope you die.
Wait, what about his kid? Fuck him.
Don't care. Don't care.
Because that was so messed up.
He was more worried about saving his own ass than he was.
I mean, I guess
doing the right thing.
I guess now with the grand scheme of things, I guess that makes sense. Because he's like, yo, because I think like did they have his kid? That's what. And they sit in the like after all this, they sit there and be like they must have had leverage on him. They must have had leverage on this man. Something. Because that's crazy. He couldn't testify nobody, and then they just dismissed the witness.
Right. So he basically turns tail, and tucks his tail in between his legs.
And I said, "Well, that's it of that guy." Yeah.
And they leave. So all of a sudden, Matt is forced to do something extremely drastic, and without talking to Hector.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing he should have did.
And even after talking to the judge about it not being brought up,
right.
He brings up Hector being the White Tiger.
I mean, but can you blame him, though? That was kind of smooth. He said, he's opened his suitcase. Hey, are you this? Is this you? he did like a Tony Stark did and some more. This you, bro?
Obviously, he did it very... He felt like his hand was forced.
I mean, there was no other option.
And at that point...
down in prison.
At that point, he started bringing up all these different scenarios where people were happy that the White Tiger was there to help them.
Right, talking about burning cars and shit.
So many of them were actual police stories.
Right, yeah, police reports.
And
for people that want to get him killed.
At the end of the day, it ended up getting him free.
Yeah. But then I think he told him that you can't put on the suit no more.
But he did tell him, he was like, yeah, once you become the White Tiger, or now that this is out, if you win this case, you can't wear the suit anymore because people are going to know who you are.
Right, they're going to just know.
And they're going to try. He didn't say it, but it is when you're a superhero, the secret identity is to protect those around you.
Right.
And
that's the whole point of the vigilante superhero shit business, man.
Right. So he wins. Yep. He gets found not guilty.
We thought he was going to be guilty. I was like, damn, they're going to get him.
This pisses Wilson Fisk off.
Right, like really, like he had like a very disgusted look.
So he calls the BB lady and puts out basically a message against all vigilantes.
Right, he calling them heroes. He's calling them. That's his episode 1.
And as they're telling this story, you see the White Tiger putting on his outfit, which he wasn't supposed to be wearing.
Right.
And just the way everything coincides, as he walks out of his house and starts to walk down the street, he makes it a couple blocks down.
Right, because he hears something.
And
like a lady being mugged or something.
He's about to go try and help somebody, and as he walks off, somebody comes from out of nowhere and shoots him in the head.
Execution style.
Right to the temple.
Right, damn. That was so wild, man.
And that was the end of the episode. Now, what you guys don't understand is I know a lot of our explanations for other episodes are longer, but the problem with this is this whole episode was basically Matt winning the court case any way possible. Well, not any way possible, but how he has to. And there are some other smaller things. They're building up more of this relationship that he has with the lady.
Right. Plus, they still got the Fisk and the Vanessa.
Fisk and Vanessa are still going to therapy.
Yeah.
And
Case still wants to save his marriage, even though Vanessa's like, I'm out. Like, she's still tempted to walk up out of here.
Right. And the thing with Matt and the girl that he's dating, she's basically kind of moved in a little bit, not fully.
Yeah, because she still got her own place.
But she stays there, and that shows up more in the next episode than this one. But he does celebrate the win the way he used to with Foggy,
right? With
whatever bottle of alcohol that they have,
right?
Or that they used to open,
or they won their first case,
and the two of them, shared, and because he was cooking for the two of them, and then so it's so cool. One of the things they do, I know they did it in the original run of the series for Netflix, and they're doing it here. Seeing all the little nuances that they do because he is blind,
right?
So little things like, if you didn't notice, when he's pouring the liquor into the glass, there's a certain way he's holding the glass, where he's feeling the vibrations. and he can tell how full it's getting by the kind of vibration that's going through his finger.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So that's what that's why I was like, that's cool that they did. Like, I didn't bring it up the detail of why I thought something was happening.
Because the man is still blind.
But he is blind, and he's still using blind things that actual blind people.
Well, like even a phone call, calling, like it's literally saying it out loud. Like
right.
That's pretty cool with the small details as well.
So
yeah,
Hector dies in the end of it.
Right, that's it. And then the end credits. Usually they play like music. It was just all you hear is birds. And I guess you hear like the scenery of where he got killed at. I'm like, they really just put the hollow of his hand.
Mm-hmm.
That's
no,
crazy.
the hollow of his hand is the name of the episode is a direct reference to the conversation that Matt had with old girl during the celebration. If you remember, she brings up Foggy Nelson.
Right.
And when they go to toast, she says, this is for your win and for Foggy Nelson. May he rest in the hollow of God's hand.
God's hand. Okay.
Or something like that.
I got. Okay.
Or may he be with God and rest in the hollow.
Right. It was something like very kind of like spiritual to it. Right. Okay. I get it now.
So it's a direct reference to what she said.
It's so seriously like it's been about Foggy, man. But
yeah.
It's cool. No, I like it.
So, like I said, that is the end of that episode.
Right.
Then we get into episode 4.
And then it's like the recap of like at the end of 3.
And it starts off with Hector's niece showing up to the morgue.
Right, because they collecting all his belongings.
Because she wants to see the body.
Right.
She wants to see what they did to him. And Matt stops her and he's like, you don't. You want to remember him in the way that you last seen him, not how he looks now.
Right.
And she breaks down and gets mad and proceeds to yell at Matt. Not at Matt. Yell to Matt.
Right, because like you saved him, but then in the end he's still getting killed anyway, so it didn't even fucking matter.
Yeah, like a lot of good him winning the case did because somebody killed him. And
so that's once again the system failing again, in a way.
And they're still very much painting it like Fisk ordered this to happen, and I'm not saying that it didn't.
Yeah. Now that,
but I don't know if he did.
Yeah, now I calmed down because first I was so mad because when I first saw this, I'm like, before we saw 4, I'm like, there's no way, because we saw season 2, there's no way he would work with this man.
No,
not even fucking close.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about.
I mean, like
Fisk. I don't think Fisk is the one that ordered the killing.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think Frank Castle would just jump on in with Fisk.
No, I knew Frank wasn't a part of this.
Like, because I'm like, but I just don't conclude. So I saw like the thing. I said, damn, really?
The thing about the Punisher, the thing about Frank.
But Frank wouldn't just do that, man.
He does what he does because he feels it's for the betterment of humanity as a whole.
Right. Okay.
He feels killing the bad people keeps them from being able to keep being bad.
Right, because he would just pop off White Tiger, especially with all the heroic shit that he's been doing.
Even if he doesn't agree with the way White Tiger does things, even if he doesn't agree with the way Matt Murdock does things, he's not going to kill them.
Right.
Because they aren't doing bad.
Right.
And that is Frank's whole thing.
At first, that's what threw me off. I said, "There's no way. That's why this man just like that's not even. That'd be so out of the character of him right there."
So we get into this episode. She leaves. I feel like she might have stole the amulet from the bag.
I think she stole even the costume.
No, because he had the costume in his hand.
Oh, okay.
In the bag.
I thought the amulet was also in the bag.
It was.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if while they were hugging, she didn't reach in and grab the amulet.
Pickpocket.
Here's the thing: if you take the amulet and the costume, then the bag's empty. Matt knows.
But then if you just take just the amulet,
but if it's just the amulet, he's probably still gonna know because he's goddamn Daredevil.
He's since it's crazy as fuck, isn't it?
But
he'll let her keep it.
But I think he would see it as it's something she wanted of his.
So so this is a different twist. So instead of the daughter, it's the niece that might turn it to. Maybe that's fine. I mean, I'm
not saying she did take it. Right. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
If she has it on her in possession. So no, that's fine.
So the episode goes on, and something that happened in the last episode happened again in this episode, where Matt confronts one of the cops that he beat the hell out of.
Oh my god!
At the end of episode 2, and every single time it happened,
he said we keep meet up like this.
The cop tries to say something to make him sound like Matt's going to be in trouble, and Matt always doubles down with, "Man, it really worked out for you the last time." Or the last time in this episode 4, he says, oh yeah, if you're gonna come after me, you're gonna need way more people than you brought the last time.
And your girl was like, you guys are ridiculous, but that's some savage shit though. He said he put that.
Like,
he
you
put
don't
that
know
badge
that about
to him.
me.
He put that badge to him and said, I know you don't see this because you're fucking blind. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this badge. He said, I want to smack that shit out of. I don't give a fuck. He tell me this little sob ass story.
Don't make me fuck you up in this courtroom.
Don't make me fuck you up, period, bitch. Oh my god, they're gonna arrest me for just beating the shit out of you again. Oh my god. Nah, that end when you bitch, you better bring more guys next time. I feel like they are gonna fight. They are gonna tussle him again. I feel like that's gonna be because that's gonna probably get annoying. But yeah.
So.
Oh, that was perfect.
Matt goes on a mission to try and at least
find the killer,
find an idea of what happened. Now, to detour for a little bit to talk about Wilson Fisk's part in this.
Yeah, because he's trying to build like a.
Wilson Fisk is trying to fix the harbor, fix the port, and make it because people keep dying there. Yeah, a lot actually. And he wants to change it up to be more presentable for the city, so the city can use it. Now, when he came up with this idea, his little buddy, Daniel, I'm gonna call him Daniel. No, he's in there. He's in that sucker. Is it Daniel? Yeah, Daniel. Yeah. At first, I was like you. I was like, he's nobody. No, he is obsessed, loyal to this dude. Now I forgot the black lady's name. So, but he's super loyal to Wilson. Loyal to him. But he gets drunk, goes to a bar, and accidentally slips up and mentions some stuff that is going on. He said he was going to the harbor, and it becomes a problem. A message in the BBB on the BB show, whatever her thing. Because how would she get that? Well, no shit. Yeah, if somebody talked to her, and not the BB show. It's the BB report. It's an article on the internet. Yeah, and the guy admits to it, and he's like, "Look, I'm super sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen." Because he was like, first he said, "Hi," now he came out. And I understand if you want to fire me. And the guy says, and Wilson's like, "No, I'm not going to fire you." No, because it's hard to find loyal people. He's like, it's hard to find. He's like, with the stuff that I've done in life, it's hard to find people that are as loyal as you. Trust me. But let me tell you now, if it happens again, it will be the last thing you do. Because you know what I did the other guy, right? Head to the car. Your head popped off. And the guy's like, okay. Right. And he said, okay. And then, but the black lady looks kind of concerning. Yeah. That look on her face is like, no, they're getting too close. Like, what you mean? While all of this is going on. Yep, there's like 3 detours going on here, man. Wilson is also going around the city. Oh, yeah. And he's heard, he had some kids sing "We Built This City." Oh, no. He goes to this Latverian. Latverian. And he said, I don't want to do this shit. Like, he sounds so mad. Yeah, he goes to this Latverian conference. And they're singing "We Built the City" in Latverian. And he says, and you can just see it's irritating the fuck out of him. Especially when he said, "We got no." He said, "No, we're good." Yeah. I was like, "Damn." The kids were about to sing another song. He's like, "Nope, you're good. You're all very talented. City never sleeps. I'm out of here. City never sleeps." Oh my god, that's some savage shit that I would do. Feel like he was like, just smiling. See, you guys are way too nice. I'd have been like that. That sucked. I'm out. No, he just kept smiling at him. So then, we've also got Wilson and Vanessa still going to therapy, right? And around in between last episode and this episode, there's a point where the lady that is the psychiatrist that is also Matt's girlfriend, right, has told them, "Hey, I need you guys to go home and think about this." Yeah. Because, and I need you to really think about whether or not you want to be together. And it's after we find out that Aaron is a guy that Vanessa had apparently slept with while Fisk was gone. Right, had an affair. Which that's some new information. Yeah, we didn't know about that. Yeah, I was like, damn, all right. So she thought he had left her. Right. And so she was moving on, going to run the empire, found a guy that wasn't in that line of work, and she really admired the painting that this guy did. Right, and the way she was explaining it made it sound like in very sexual detail. She was lusting for this guy. Even in conversation. He said, "Can we not?" Like, and Fisk was like, "Can we not? Can we not?" I'm talking about. Like, I love. Hey, Fisk is a G on this. He said, "Can we not talk about his guy's hands? Like what? Like what are we talking about?" And so the lady says, "I need you guys to think about whether or not you want to stay married or whether you guys want to be apart." She's like, "I need you to really think deeply about this, and next time we meet, we'll talk about it." On the way out, she stops Vanessa, talks to Vanessa, and is like, "Hey, I just want to make sure that you're going to be, do you think you're going to be safe?
Right,
are you safe with Wilson? She's like, yeah, he doesn't pose a threat to me.
Right.
That's something you don't have to worry about. He's done a lot of bad things,
but not to me.
He won't do it to me.
And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that from time to time. Like, he ain't never hurt her. Why would he do that for? That's why he's trying to save the marriage. Duh.
We'll come back to this at the end of the episode.
Oh,
so
yeah, right. Because they said they don't know where yet.
So then, moving forward, Matt starts to walk the same path that he knew the White Tiger did.
Right.
He gets to the street where the guy got shot, and he's sitting there, and he realizes that there's a bottle laying on the ground. He doesn't know how far this hill goes, but he tips over the bottle to hear how far down it rolls, and as it rolled into a sewer drain. So he walks down the hill to the sewer drain, reaches his hand in, and finds a bullet casing.
Right. And then we don't know,
he feels the bullet casing and immediately turns to walk off. He walks wherever it is that he walks to.
Right, somewhere.
He finds, as he goes to this place where he goes into the alley, he sees he doesn't see, but there are cameras watching him.
Yeah, we know there's cameras.
And stuff. He goes in the elevator, he goes down or up to whatever floor he goes to. He finds the management office, and he walks in, and he's like, hey, are you there?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Frank charges him. It's Frank Castle. With an axe. And he's like, whoa, Frank, it's me. It's Matthew. So Frank lets go, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Literally. No, that is literally it. Fuck are you doing here?
Why are you here to bother me? And he tells him, he's like, look, there's this bullet casing that was found at the scene of a murder, and it has your emblem.
And that's crazy how they zoomed in on that. That's wild.
Edged into it. And he explains that it's apparently somebody who's a fan of the stuff that he does is using,
that's crazy.
Which is what I brought up.
Yeah,
you remember I mentioned
you said it could have been a fanboy.
It's probably what happened is the police are using it as a way to pay tribute to Frank, even though Frank wouldn't be okay with it.
Right. But see, now it makes you wonder, we'll get into that later because, what's he going to do? What he going to do now?
So, they get into an argument,
back and forth.
And Frank calls him out on his bullshit.
Really
he's
bullshit,
like, and the way he breaks it down, and he's like, this is all about Foggy, and you won't even say his name.
Right.
Like...
You know what you kind of forgot, though? The black dude at the beginning of this episode.
He has no bearing on this episode.
I know he does
at all.
But no, it's so interesting.
He is filler for this part of the fucking story.
No, but it's funny though because he started off like a dick though, and then
he still was a dick.
Yeah, he really was a dick though.
Okay. Let me
like 4 detours, but
let me explain to you.
Let's at least discuss the filler one. We gotta at least discuss that part, bro. Because
the guy, so this guy gets in a lot of trouble for stealing
some
bag of
candy corn, right,
or kettle corn, whatever.
And it was at a gas station, knowing there's a camera right there. Like, we got a camera right here. Like,
and Matt's asked by his partner.
It was like a freebie.
If he would go down and talk to the guy. So he goes down, and the guy's an absolute dick. He's like, I can't believe they sent me a blind lawyer. What the fuck?
I was like, damn.
He was basically like, what the fuck are you
doing? And I thought he walked away. I swear to God, I thought that was the end of the episode. He's like, conversation. Well, walk away. Bet.
He's like, I want probation. And Matt's like, no.
You're not going to get that, dummy. You didn't have a whole record.
He's like, they're going to give you 30 days.
30 days in the hole.
And the dude's like, I won't accept that.
He's like, I'm going home today. You are not going home, homie.
And basically, he goes off on Matt. And as Matt goes, and he says, I'll see what I can do. He's like, yeah, you're going to see. You can't see shit.
That was funny, but the dude's just being
an absolute dick about everything.
I don't understand. That's crazy. Like, I know that we weren't going to probably, I said, because it's a filler, but it's like, he's trying his damn best, bro. God.
No, he was not.
No, like Daredevil was like, I'm saying Daredevil, like, he was trying no, he's an asshole. No, I'm talking Matt. He was trying his best. He's trying to flirt with the lady and shit.
So he flirts with the lady that does deals.
Who's Laverian? She's also Laverian. Like, she's like that's crazy, man.
He's able to talk her down to 10 days.
Starting now, because it's like 10 days.
10 days and already including the time you served.
So he only had like 7 days.
He had like 7 days.
Really 7 days. Maybe even like 6.
And he wasn't happy about it. He's like, no, I wanted probation. And Matt explains to him,
He
like you don't understand what I just did for you.
Right.
Like, I was able to talk it down to 7. They wanted to give you 32 and didn't want to even barter. Like, I was able to... And the guy goes into
this sad music. We're supposed to feel sorry for him.
The guy goes into this sob story, and the guy's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
In what he said.
Because it shows that the system is messed up. But
he gets put in jail.
Right. For 30
before.
days.
He has like a list of priors.
And he told him that. Larson and all that shit.
But he has this list of shit that he got in trouble for. He's gone to jail before, and one of his things, he went to jail. He misses his SI meeting, so his benefits get canceled. And by the time he comes out,
I swear, I wish I recorded. Nick said, "Well, don't go get in trouble then."
and he's like,
"Yo,
he's like,
what are you doing?"
He's like, the one argument he did that pissed me off, and I mean this. One argument is, just once I wanted something that tastes good, that was sweet.
So you steal.
And it's like, you're not in a situation where you're able to do that. You got to get into a situation where you can buy that, get you a job, get to work.
Right? Why didn't he just get a job?
It's not easy to get a job.
He got a record. My fault.
For somebody with a record.
He got a record.
But it's like, you still got to work for it. You can't just go out and steal shit.
But some places do hire people, though. Yeah, some places still hire. Is
it going to be a job that the dude likes? Probably
not. But you at least have something, because when you're doing petty theft, larceny, money laundering.
Now, he's right. He's right in the point that we're trying to make. He's right in that the system is broken.
It's broken, right?
It is a fact that our police system, our jailing system,
everything.
Because again, the big point that he makes is they would rather spend 10 times the amount to put me in jail, than to just feed me. And he's right. It doesn't make sense how we're so quick to want to throw people in jail, which costs more on taxpayers.
Yeah, like it's our money that's going away. It's gone. Yeah.
Instead of just feeding people, like
they want to feed the homeless right now.
Yeah, you get in trouble. You get in trouble. Well, some places do. Some places do trouble for feeding the homeless.
Yeah, because you can't give food to homeless, even though you don't like. Hurry, hey, here you go, man.
So it's supposed to be something that's supposed to help push Matt into whatever he's thinking about doing here soon. Right,
because they were playing the sad music. Like I felt nothing. That was probably one compared to the niece one. I felt a little bit of that. I felt nothing from that person.
But it reminds me.
What's up?
The scene that popped in my head. Was Liar Liar.
Oh,
stop breaking the law, asshole!
Golly, I'm gonna watch that when I get home, because when he didn't lie, he was like, he'd say, "I'll tell him something," and he said, "Stop breaking the law, asshole!" And then he slammed it right. That's it. You even said it right there. You literally said, "Why you keep breaking the law for?" If he didn't fuck up the first time, he would have had his SI benefits. And people say like, "Well, see, now they're gonna see us being a bad guy." See, watch these 3 or 4 comments are gonna be like, "So you what?" They're gonna try to argue with that. Like, so what you saying?
I don't care.
They're like, you're supposed to feel something from him. It's like, how? Like, what am I supposed to feel from this dude? He starts off being a dick in the first place.
Yeah, no.
Fuck, what?
He didn't make himself likable from the very beginning.
They sent me a blind guy. What the? And I swear, I started laughing.
How do you not understand that this guy has won almost every case he's ever had?
Right, he's like Tom Brady. This shit, man. What are you talking about?
So
I thought he was gonna walk away, but then he walked to the thing. I thought. Yes, he walked away. Fuck that guy.
back to the.
But yeah, back to the original story.
Back to the important part of the story.
The important part. I just had to put the filler.
No, you're good. So we get to. Where was I?
So okay, we did.
He's talking to Frank, and Frank explains to him. Yeah. He's like, hey, you can't even say his name. You're racked with guilt. I can sense it on you.
Right.
Like I live this life. And you can tell, like, it's making Matt super emotional.
Well, yeah, because he's eating on it.
And because he's right. And basically, Matt eventually ends it with, people like you and me will never be close to as genuinely kind as what Nelson was, as what Foggy was.
Right.
And he walks off.
He tells him, before that, he said, like, well, we let the system take care of it, which goes back to this thing. The system, he said, the system, you want to do more than that. I said, yeah, he wanted to kill him. Like you say, he threw him off a fucking building.
Right.
Like, as soon as he stopped breathing, I was like, okay, I'm just going to throw you, man.
So, yeah.
But yeah, he walks off. But now it gets Frank pondering, though.
He leaves, and Frank, sits there with his thoughts.
Yeah, his thoughts.
And
somebody is portraying like him.
Matt goes home, and his girlfriend's there, and she's like, it's funny that I can go home and I don't think about it if I'm home. But when I'm here, if you don't come home at the normal time you do, I start to worry.
Right, that's just basically it.
And I think about things like, and she wasn't being mean about it. This was not her nagging.
This
was not her jumping his case about anything. She was basically explaining it was weird that she probably thought she could never feel this way about somebody.
Right, it's just, she's just growing a bond with him, actually.
It's genuine worry. Like, she worries that he steps, what if he steps off a subway
and gets hit.
Ramp.
Or kidnapped. He said kidnapped?
Kidnapped. And he laughed. She's like, kidnapped?
All right, kidnapped. I just punched 5 people.
She has no clue.
No clue. I already done popped 5 dudes before I got here.
So...
I'm better than Spider-Man.
But then he does tell her, he's like, I had gotten used to coming home alone. And she's like, well, what about now? He's like, I couldn't imagine you not being here. Right. And she's like, right answer. And she's slowly starting to undress him, and then camera fades. We wake up shortly thereafter with
Fisk.
No. I'm finishing Matt's story.
Oh, Matt's story. Okay.
Because these parts, him and the Fisk ending happen at the exact same time.
Yeah, same time, right? Because he gets up.
So Matt gets up in the middle of the night, walks out, climbs up the ladder that's on his balcony, up to the roof, goes into a room that I think is an elevator.
That's what I'm thinking.
That he clicks a button, and it sends him to his hidden room where he's got all of his Daredevil outfits and weapons and stuff. And he breaks out one of the dual batons that he has, goes up onto the roof, and basically starts practicing. He's doing his moves.
Because he's not doing Daredevil shit yet. No, right now.
He's training.
He's just training. See if he still got it. Like you see if I still got it. I can still do it.
So while this is all happening, and they're jumping back and forth between him doing all of this and this going on, you see Wilson Fisk going into this room, and as he's walking down the room, he sits down at a table.
Eating really so. It looked good food, man.
Gets food together, is about to start eating. And as he's eating, you hear somebody going, Wilson, please.
Please. I thought it was Daniel. I got scared.
Let me go. And he thought it was Daniel. But when they showed the dude in the cage, he's this dude with his beard and stuff. And that's when you realize that's what happened to Aaron. Yeah. This is the guy that Vanessa.
I thought he killed him. He might as well be dead because he looked dead already.
Yeah, he has him locked up, and I was like, "That is fantastic."
Fisk still got it though. He still got it. That's what I said. Fisk still got it. That's how I know he hiring people. No, he still got it, man.
And that's how the episode ends with the training and you finding out he's got Aaron hostage. And it leads me to wonder. There's so many branches that have come out of these episodes that I'm interested to see what happens with them. Right. We've got
Frank,
the little girl, who may become White Tiger. Mm-hmm. They've planted that seed.
Yep, there's that seed there.
We've got Frank, who may or may not get involved with this whole thing. He just found out that people are using his emblem in ways that he was not okay with.
Right. As I said, we're going to probably end up seeing him again.
And one of the... dude, Frank telling him when he was talking to Matt. And he says, I keep moving and I keep myself busy because if I stop, I hear my boy. Yep. He's like... Yeah. And all I hear is him saying, Daddy, get him.
Yep. Yeah.
And he's like, you hear Foggy every time. Yep. When things go quiet. In
fact, he started shedding tears and stuff. Yeah.
So we get to find out how much more involved Frank is going to get, if he's even going to get super involved.
Right, because he's still going to be just like a side character into this. Because we saw John Bertha, so obviously, it's like, see, if you don't know who John Bertha is, you'd be like, who's that? And like, that's the Punisher. Yeah. Like, he's here, so that's cool. We got Vanessa. Vanessa has a little seed there too, because she's paying off $1.8 million to gang members right now, and they're still doing mobster shit.
Yeah.
Like even the butler even told the guy told
we've got. I still think, and I said this early in the the first couple episodes. I still think there's a possibility before this ends.
Vanessa goes to prison.
We see Vanessa get arrested, because I could see Fisk being like, if I'm willing to do this to my wife or ex-wife,
right?
What's going to stop me from arresting all of you?
Yep. And now the reason why I'm starting to kind of agree with that, because that seed of like, do you feel safe? Yeah, like you even said it. Physically, yeah, he ain't gonna touch me, but he still will put your ass in prison. Cause
right next to your boyfriend.
Right next to your boyfriend. Because when she said, I paid the $1.8 million, I thought he was getting ready to throw that hand quickly. I was like,
he won't hit her.
No. I'm not saying throw the hand like hit her, but I'm saying I thought he was ready to throw the book at her already. Cause I'm like, bro, what are you? I think he's even trying to tell you gotta stop doing that.
You can put us at risk.
You put us at risk. Like, stop doing that. And then you sent the butler down there to do the head. Don't do that, man. Even though he told them, and that's the seed there too. The headman said, either we're gonna have to take care of this, like kill them all, or something, because we need this harbor. Like, we need it to better the New York, I guess, because that's what I feel like. I still don't fully trust him, because now that I saw whatever the fuck that was at the end of this episode. So, but I feel like he's trying. He's trying to do something.
Right.
But I still don't trust you, because you got a whole grown ass man looking like he did a shit right now in the jail cell. So,
right.
So that's like what, 5 or 6 seeds right there that we can really bring. We get the BBB report is another seed too, because Steven, she seems like she don't give a damn. No, so I'm enjoying this. I am.
And then I'm curious how much longer Matt's gonna wait before he puts the costume back on, because obviously we see Wilson is going at vigilantism.
Yeah, remember that dining, the whole dining scene. That's kept the buck, man. He said, "You put that costume on, you going to jail, man."
Do we even think maybe there's a possibility Tom Holland shows up as it for a scene?
That would be wild as fuck. That would be wild. I would be.
It's possible
because everybody's supposed to be here in New York right now. Everybody.
So, Matt won't remember him because.
Yeah, ain't that a bitch? He won't. Well, he should at least remember. Well, he'll remember Spider-Man. He'll know Spider-Man. He don't remember Peter Parker. Damn, ain't that a bitch? Well, I guess it's a chance to rehash. Now you got a new adventure with his dash now. So this is gonna be interesting. Like predictions out. Well, I know you got the season.
I'd already mentioned them.
Yeah, I mentioned too. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. This series has not really. Surprisingly, has not got bad, or not bad at all. Like, it's actually really good.
No, so these last 2 episodes were slow.
They were slow, but they're not like awful.
But they're good. Aside from the stupid side story we got in the 4th one of dude that just can't stop fucking up.
And I think they were trying to say because the system's flawed. I think that was the whole moral of that story. The system's flawed. Like,
the system is flawed and it's hard, right? But you can get out of it.
You can get out the system. Because like I said, White Tiger got out and still got murdered, and that's why they say the system is still whatever it is now. But I feel like that's what Disney was trying to push. They were trying to say, they make us feel like we're stupid. We're not. Like they said, hey, do you see this? This is flawed, guys. I'm like, yes. They try to play the sad music like, yeah.
No, I love it.
No, I'm liking it. I'm not really, nah. That's weird. Like, I'm saying this is a 10 out of 10 still.
It's not a 10 out of 10 for me.
I know it's not. It's like an 8.
It's not.
And maybe I'm enjoying it too much. Maybe that's the bias stats in season 1.
Here's the thing: if there's anything I am, it's at least consistent.
Okay.
Do you remember what my problem with Moon Knight was?
Oh shit! Yeah, there it is. Yeah, and that's the.
And I'm having the same problem with this show.
But you're liking it. But you're liking it.
I enjoy this because I definitely enjoy court dramas.
Yeah, but
so that side of it.
But I knew.
But I'm
watching
watching
for you to say this,
Daredevil because I want to see him be Daredevil.
I knew
and
that was going to be.
It's not just he's not in costume. I can live without him being in costume.
Okay.
How many fight scenes have we gotten in 4 episodes?
Like what?
1. 2, technically.
2.
You had the intro fight scene.
I thought it was 3, but it's 2. Yeah, it's 2.
You had the intro fight scene
with Bullseye.
With Bullseye, and then you had the fight scene with the 2 guys.
He was unmorphed on that one. He was uncostumed. So yeah.
So I'm cool with him. He doesn't need to be in
But you're waiting for something to happen for him to put that suit back on.
I want to see him fight. I want to watch these superhero shows and movies to watch people fight.
Right. So, okay.
And
Hopefully
I get
they start getting into
storytelling
that.
is a major part, but there's
Yeah.
a way you can storytell around it. Let me give you a prime example. Season 1 of Daredevil on Netflix.
Oh, yeah. The very first thing.
He didn't wear his costume
But he wore something
until
else.
the very end.
Yeah.
But he spent that entire season fucking people up.
Right. And he wore, and I still like his costume. I mean, I do like Daredevil. I still like the costume he had this season, where all blacked out with the little wrapped up bands
With
and
the
bandages and the
around his
thing.
head.
And then I still like, I still got scenes where he's trying to save the daughter and he's fighting all the goons. He's going in there just fighting 3 of the goons in there. But yeah.
So my problem is becoming.
Is it you think because it's Disney's fault?
I think it's a problem with Disney storytelling, because if you start to look at all the Disney Plus series,
Yeah.
as we're sitting here going through them, all of them are like this.
Yeah.
They focus so much
on the story,
on the everyday life storytelling of these characters,
right?
And I know why they do it, but they don't need to. Let me give you an example of why they don't need to. If you look at all 3 Iron Man movies mixed with all the times Iron Man showed up in other things,
right?
Whether it was Captain America,
Avengers, or
Civil War,
yeah.
Whether it was the Avengers movie, whether it was Spider-Man. The one exception is Spider-Man when he showed up in either of the Spider-Man movies, because he just shows up for a split second to help push the story forward. But he still shows up in costume.
Yeah, even in costume, yeah.
Or, it's things like that. So, he's still being Iron Man in all of that.
Okay.
And they want us to have an emotional connection with these characters, so that if they decide later on down the line that something happens, it elicits that emotion from us. And I can guarantee you at least 85% of the people that watched Endgame cried.
Of course.
At the end of it.
Yeah, that's the only time
I did.
That's the only time I shed a tear.
I can turn on Endgame now, and every single time at the very end when his hologram says "I love you 3000,"
that was the only one that actually got me. Yeah.
Every single time it'll get me. Every time.
Yeah.
I can just watch that scene. If I'm on YouTube and that scene pops up,
and then it ends with, it works every time. It works every time.
Works every time.
Right.
So, with that being said, they did that with movies of storytelling over a 15-year period.
Right.
Right? 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
And it wasn't filled with an insane amount of Tony Stark being Tony. Right. It was a good balance of him being Tony, him being Iron Man. You can say that for almost every hero in some way, shape, or form. You look at Captain America.
Right.
He spends a lot of his time being in costume. You look at... And again, the argument you can make is, those are all movies. Yes, but that's the problem with Disney Plus TV shows. They're trying to focus more on the humanity of the character as opposed to the heroism of the character. And I do think, above all, that is what's driving Marvel fans the most nuts. I know there's a lot of MCU jokes and bullshit aside from assholes on the internet and things like that.
The people that you know on YouTube.
But I think the very regular, normal Marvel fans, what is really making them mad isn't the fact that there's more women heroes. It is the fact that it's more about the humanity of the character than it is about the fighting of the character being heroes.
Right. Like Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Because he was in costume.
Yeah, well, Bucky's always in costume.
Bucky, but even so. But because he's like, I'm always in this bitch. Let's go. Let's fight. Let's go. He ready to go to fight with everybody. Simple Condies. They knew I turned that bitch off.
Yeah, no.
That was some
and
weird.
The arm just came off.
Like hit the chest with the heart. Your heart starts working. Like that was some weird shit right there. Don't do that.
Nah, and here's the thing. I don't dislike them all.
No, like you say, Vision.
You look at like Miss Marvel. I love Miss Marvel as a show.
Of course.
And I think up until Agatha...
I think we both said it was good. Yeah.
I think up until Agatha all along, Miss Marvel was my favorite Disney Plus show.
Right.
And a lot of that was...
Could we give that a good review?
And again, it's the origin story of Miss Marvel, so I understand why she's not in costume.
Right, because she's so
but
happy,
she's still using her powers to try and do good.
And there it is. She's still using her powers, though. As soon as she got hit with the bracelet, she was starting to use her power.
Like, she was trying to...
She even saved the girl that didn't even like her.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, man.
And she's in a unique situation where she has to learn to balance being a teenager with being a superhero. Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's a fun story. Why do you think so many of us like Spider-Man?
Right.
As growing up, as my favorite superhero, it still is Spider-Man.
To this day I die.
And it's because as a human character, I can relate to the struggles that he goes to. You know, having girl problems, dealing with school and stuff like. I can't obviously relate to being a superhero. I'm not a superhero.
No, but we love him for what he does.
But his everyday stuff. But there was still always the focus of him being a superhero. That was the focus of the stories.
Yeah, folks, Spider-Man. That's why we love him so much.
And I do feel like that is where Disney Plus is getting hurt. Is they're trying to shift the focus from the superhero to the individual that is the superhero, and a lot of us don't want that as fans. Right. And again, it's showing up here in Daredevil.
Because you could take that where he keeps touching the little horn thing. It's like, okay.
It's like,
come on, like, no, I'm practicing. Are you gonna do something or not, man?
You ain't got to be Daredevil. Pretend to be somebody else.
Why you be somebody else and beat somebody's ass?
When I first saw that costume character, I still don't know who the costume character is at the end of the last episode.
Who the fuck that
and the end of this one. Mm-hmm. Who is that was another thing at the very end.
Yeah, well,
the
dude we saw him at the beginning too. He's dragging a body, but then we saw him at the end doing some. Looked like he's putting. Because I don't think that was blood, like some blue shit he was putting into him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's
but
weird.
I swear to you, at first, when I first seen that dude pop up, because I have no clue who it was, I thought it might have been Matt in a new costume.
And that would have been cold as fuck. I would have been cool
I was like, oh, he might not be Daredevil, but he's still going to go out and figure out what the fuck he needs to figure out.
Nick's like, we just need him to figure out what the fuck. Just what the fuck? Are you dragging bodies now?
He's already been threatened by Wilson. You're going to have to pretend to be somebody else so that Wilson doesn't come after you. He knows who you are.
Right, exactly. And that's what's the way. He said, if you tread lightly, that boy said, okay, you're going to jail. You're going to jail.
With all that being said, yes, I do like this show so far.
Right.
I would give it somewhere between 7 and 9.
7 and 9? Okay.
Depending on
how this ends.
How things are going.
Honestly, it could drop for me.
It could still end at a 10.
Right.
It could end at a 5.
Right.
We'll see how things go.
Because it's like 4 more. We got 4 more episodes of this, right? For this season, I believe 8,
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Hell, these could be some shitty ass 5 episodes right now. Like, hey, I can draw and be like, you said a 10 this time. Nope, I can draw that bitch down to an 8 or a 7, like you said. But right now, like it's still a solid 9 to a 10 for me, even close to a 10.
So we'll see how it goes.
But Disney Plus is really just. They're trying, bro. They really are.
And they are. This isn't a bad show by any means. I want to see Daredevil.
You just want to see Daredevil. You want to see it put in that.
Or I want to see fighting because they were like,
more fighting.
We're not holding back in the fight scenes. Well, you're not holding back in the quality, but definitely the quantity.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
It's 4 episodes in, and we only had just like.
We're halfway through the series. We've had 2 small fight scenes.
And that's really it.
1 big fight scene, 1 super small fight scene.
Super small fight scene, and that was like barely inconvenience, to be honest. And that was it.
Yeah, he just dropped dude on his face. Broke his buddy's arm.
And then he came back and said, bring more guys. See, I want to see that fight again. I got more guys. All right, bring it then, bitch. We go 1v5.
Looks like we're going.
Let's break some more arms and necks. Right. But, no, I'm enjoying it. But I see where they're coming from. It needs more. It needs more Daredevil. That's the problem.
It is. Now, here's the difference.
Right.
For me... It absolutely killed Moon Knight for me.
Yeah.
Because...
Which I find... I'd say it was
while
okay.
Mark is a cool character...
Right.
Is it Mark Spector? Yeah, Mark Spector.
He has like 5 personalities.
Yeah. He's still... Like, I didn't want to see him... Like, I don't know. They did all the things through blackouts, and like he would just wake up out of something.
He'd wake up and everybody's
shit would
dead
be fucked
and
up, and you're like, oh, another fight scene we didn't get to see.
I mean, that's what I say. At least we are seeing them because they could just fade to black every time the fight happened. Okay, I'm Matt Murdock, and then fade to black. What happened?
No, because with Moon Knight, they were doing it in a way where they were trying to give you that same feeling he gets, where he's waking up and he's like, "Oh shit, how did this happen? How did we get here?" And he can't.
That's why they really need a season 2. But I know Disney's not trying to push that. I think they may have. I'm not saying canceled it, but
I don't need a season 2 of that shit. Unless he's actually going to be Moon Knight.
I think he might try.
I don't give a fuck about multiple personality disorder Mark Spector. I want to see him be a goddamn superhero.
Because we only saw that first episode just with the shit right there. At least we do see something out there, though. But then that's why I'm biased. I like Daredevil shit.
And guys, at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand
they like Moon Knight.
I am not against storytelling. That is when I'm playing a video game.
Right.
That is the main thing I'm looking for.
Watching your storytelling.
Like I just got Assassin's Creed Shadows. The game's been out 2 days. I've already put 25 hours in. Okay, and as soon as he bounces, it's going to be another 10.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome, bro. I'm about to go play more side. Are you playing side missions too?
Yeah.
I love it.
So and it's the story. The story in all those games get me invested.
Oh yeah.
And
that can be right now.
That can be said for any video game. If the story grips me, I'm there. I'm like, let's go. This is what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm. Because I think I was going to go as a pizza. I played it.
However, I will say that is the benefit Daredevil has right now.
Yeah.
Born Again has over Moon Knight. I'm okay with this.
Right.
Because I already have seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't seen the 3rd season of Daredevil.
Right, so we already know what's going on here anyway. Which
so
that's fine. That's
this isn't an origin story. We've seen tons of Daredevil fighting and stuff like that. But Disney Plus worries me because this is a constant reoccurring issue.
Because here's the thing, what if you have never seen the Netflix Daredevil? There's people who have not.
Yeah.
And this is their first time seeing it. You can be like, well, they can turn around and say, well, this is boring.
They
can flat out just say this is boring, and it's like, and then you be ready to cause. See, that's why I'm gonna do my crash out and argue. Like, this is great stuff. What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, but they say like, have you seen Daredevil on Netflix? What's that? They had a Netflix show. Like, some people literally look at me like that, like a puzzled look, and I shouldn't do that because there are people who don't watch this shit. I'll be thinking like, have you been to Rockville? Where have you been? Let's go watch Endgame.
Right.
But no, overall, I'm enjoying it. But like I said, these next 4 or 5 episodes could be butt.
They could.
I say 5 out of 10. But
we shall see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But next week we will do Punisher, right? Hopefully.
Next week, as long as we're not
in trouble or busy,
as long as we're either not busy, sick, or whatever.
We wait next week. It's like, well, bro, we're gonna be going back to Daredevil again because that 2 episodes just dropped. Like 5 and 6 just dropped like that.
Yeah. 5 comes out Tuesday as of this recording. Episode 6 comes out next week. So we should, as long as we reconvene next week.
Yeah, we should be watching.
We will
finish
finish
Punisher because we have just 3 episodes left.
Yes.
Of season 1.
Sorry, guys.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like you say, he's enjoying it. It's good. It's good shit. So yeah,
that is gonna do it. We love you guys. We'll see you next time.
Excelsior. Watch all of it.